Hello student, welcome. So today I am going to discuss updating data in a table. Updating means modifying records of a table. That means after creating a table, we insert data values in that particular table, but sometimes it is required that we need to update or to change the existing data value, and that can be done by using updating data in a table. That means we are going to update the data values in a table. We already used the update clause in our alter table SQL command, but it is somewhat different from it, as because the update clause that is used in alter table, that update that is used to update the data types or the constraint value of a column. But here we are going to update the data values of a table, so that we are going to use the update command differently. Okay, and when you update the data values of a table, that will change the older value with a new value. Here we are going to use the set clause to modify the data value of a table. Okay. Now you can also use the where condition along with the update command. So if you use the where clause in the update command, then you can specify the particular rows or a particular row. For that you want to change some data values, but you can also use the update command with set clause without using the where clause. So if you do not use the where clause, then it is going to change all the data value of the columns of a table. That means it is going to change all the rows of a table. Okay. Now how to use the update command? Okay, and the general syntax for using the update command is update. After that, give the table name. Okay. After that, use the set clause. SET set. After that, give the column name that you want to modify the data value, that is column name equal to data value after that, comma, column name equal to, instead of data value, here in your book expression is written, but I am using the data value, as because we are going to change the data value, isn't it? So here I write data value. Okay. After that, you can put the condition using the where clause. So if you do not require the where clause, then you can skip it. Okay, so this is the general syntax for updating data of a table. For that, write update. After that, you give the table name and use the set clause. After that, give the column name that you want to update the data value. Okay. After that, the data value. Here I write data value, but in your book it is written as expression. That means for that particular column, what type of data value or what new data value that you want to enter, that should be mentioned here. Okay. So after that, one more column name. If you have multiple columns, then give a comma operator, give the column name after, followed by the value, the new value. Okay. And after that, you can use the where clause to specify the rows, the particular, the selected rows where you want to change the data value. Okay. So this is the general syntax for updating data value. From your book, there is an example. So the example is update student. That means update table name. So my table name is from your book, that is student. After that you write set, give the column name. From the book, suppose we want to change the date of result. So the column name is date of result. So set date of result. This is the column name. After that, give a equal symbol and set the new value. That is the expression or the value, the new value that you want to update. Suppose within quotation mark 2014 03 29. So look at here. I am not using the where clause. In your book, the where clause is not used here. That means if you execute this SQL statement, then it is going to update all the rows of the table. That means if the table contains tens of rows, so 10 rows, then all the 10 rows update with the new result there, that is 2014 9/29, that is 29th March 3, this is 3, so 29 March. Okay, that means, so look at the figure that from your book, that is 12.44. So look at here, there are 8 rows. Okay, 8 rows are affected and date of result. So look at there, all the dates, the older date will be erased and a new date, that is 29th March, that is inside. Okay, so if here we are not using the where clause, that's why all the 9th rows that is present in the student table affected, and the date of result, that is changed, that is 29th of March. Okay, now we are going to use where clause. So here, by using the where clause, we are going to specify the specific row that contain the value, and I want to update that value. Okay, so from your book, update student, that is always set. After that, update student, set total marks. There is a column, that is total marks. Total marks equal to 398. Grade equal to B1, where roll number equal to 2. Okay. So then look at the board. So here I am using the where clause. There I specify the row, a specific row where I want to update the data value of particular column. Suppose a specific column, that is the rule number 2. The row that contain the rule number 2. There I want to update the total marks, that is 398. This is the new value. So here I set the new value by using the set clause, that is set total marks equal to 398. So this is the new value that is inserted to the total marks. Again I enter a new value inside the grade. Grade is a column name. After that I write B1. So I upgrade the grade and total marks of rule number 2. So here I am using the where clause. That's why it is not going to affect all the rows of the table student. It will only update the total marks and the grade of the rule number 2. Okay. So this is how we can update the data value of a table. That means we can replace the older value with a new value. Okay. So what is updating means? Updating means updating means changing older value with new value, and which can be we can change the data value of a table by using the update clause with set clause. Okay. So this is how we can set the new value. Okay. So now move to another topic, that is aggregate or group function. Aggregate or group function. Group function. So function means or the aggregate. In a MySQL, aggregate functions are applied on a group of values as input and return a single value as a result. As you know, student, we know what is function. Function means it is a task. That means that particular function going to perform a special task. Okay, and that function is used in the particular MySQL statement to perform a specific task. Okay, so there are many group function available in MySQL. So there is a table in your book, that is in figure number 12.5. You can notice the first function we have, that is sum. So sum, as the name suggests, this function is going to sum the values of a column. That means return the sum of value of specific column oblique expression. That means if you use this sum function, that is going to calculate the total, that is the sum of the values that is present inside a column. Okay. After that we have one more function, that is max. Max stands for maximum. Return the maximum value of a set of value of specified column oblique expression. That means in a specific column we can have values. There are many rows available in a table. Each row contains many values for a particular column. Okay, so if you want to find out the maximum value from that values present inside the column, then you can use the max function. function, that is for maximum. After that we have another function, that is mean, that is minimum. Returns the minimum value of a set of values of specific column oblique expression. That means it is going to find out the minimum value that is present in a group of values that is present in a column. Okay. After that we have one more function, that is AVG, that is average. Okay. Return the average values of a specific column or oblique expression. That means it is going to find out the average value of from a group of values that is present in a column. Okay. After that we have one more function, that is count, C-O-U-N-T, count function. Okay. So return the number of value in specific column or expression. That means it will count how many values are present, not duplicates. Okay, it skip the duplicate value. It is going to count the total number of original values present in a column or rows. After that, count, C-O-U-N-T, count, but within the round function symbol we are going to use a asterisk mark. So look at the difference. Here we are not using the asterisk mark, but here we are going to use the asterisk mark. So if you use the asterisk mark, what will happen? Return the number of rows in the tables. That means it is going to count the total numbers of rows that is present in the table and it will return by it. Okay. So student, these are the group function or aggregate or group function that can be used in your SQL statement. Okay. So I am going to explain it from your book. So look at properly. So there is a table, that is figure number 12.46. Okay. So that table name is employee. Okay. That employee details, the name of the table is employee details. So there we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns. Okay. The first column for employee ID, the second column for employee names, and the third column for employee salary, and the fourth one for employee department, and the fifth one is project number. So there are 5 columns and many rows are there. So the data are already inserted into them. So from this table we are going to use this function. Okay. So the first I am going to use the sum function. Select sum. This is the function name and this is the function symbol. Okay. So within the round bracket you write down the column name. That means you give the column name for which you want to find out the sum value. Okay. So from here, from the book we have employee salary. That means the column name is employee salary. EMP salary. That means this column going to include all the salary of the employees. Okay. So select sum EMP employee. After that AVG round bracket, give the column name. This is one more time EMP salary, comma, max EMP salary, comma, mean EMP salary. From employee detail. Okay, so here we are going to use the select command followed by the function name. The first function that we use this example, that is the sum. Here inside the sum body I write the EMP salary. So we have a column, that the name of the column is EMP salary. That means this column include all the salary details of the employee. So this function going to calculate the sum of the salary of the employee. After that average and EMP salary, the average going to find out the average salary from this column. After that max, it is going to find out the maximum salary from the employee salary column. That mean function going to find out the minimum salary of the from the employee details table of the employee, and that is the column name is employee salary. That means here we are going to find out the sum, average, maximum and minimum salary of the employee of the table employee details. Okay, so now look at the figure number 12.47. There you can notice when you use the sum function, it will sum up the salary, and after that give the maximum salary, then minimum salary and average salary. Okay, so this is how we can use the function in MySQL statement. Okay, now again we are going to use the count and count asterisk symbol. Okay, so look at the book. There is a figure number 12.48. So the SQL is select count employee ID from employee details. Select count from employee detail. This is the table name. Employee detail is the table name. Select count employee ID. That means I am going to count the total number of rows present in the table. So look at there, only 3 rows are affected. So the answer is 3. Why? If you look at the figure number 12.46, there you can notice many rows are there, but out of them only 3 rows are selected. As because the count return the number of values in the specific columns. After that select count. After that inside the round symbol you can use the distinct symbol clause. Distinct department from employee details. So if you use this distinct clause, then only 3 columns are selected. Okay, sorry student, one topic is wrong here. So that is, so if you use select count, EMP ID. So if you write select count employee ID from employee details, then all the 8 rows, not 3 that I told you earlier, 3 rows are affected, not 3 rows are affected, it will display 8, as because we have 8 rows. That means the count function going to count the total number of rows present in the table. Okay, so select count EMP ID, here I write the column name, so the answer is 8, as because it is going to display the total number of rows. Okay, so in the figure number 12.46 we have 8 rows available. Now if you use the distinct clause, that look at your book, select count within the round bracket distinct EMP department, after that followed by from employee details. So the answer is 3. Why? Look at here, employee department, there are some duplicate values. So it is going to remove the duplicate value and only the original values are displayed. So the original values are 10, 20 and 30. So that the answer is 3. Okay. So student, we have many type of function available in MySQL, and that can be used in MySQL statement for performing a special task. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you.